So today we are at the Williamsport Dam just below Hepburn Street. It is August 20th, and the reason we're here is because a few days ago there was a wastewater spill from Eureka in Williamsport that got into Grappius Run, which is a small stream in Williamsport that comes out at the spillway right here at the dam. And about 18,000 gallons of what the officials are calling reclaimed oil came into the river here. And the Williamsport Dam right here behind me, it's kind of a weird situation on why the wastewater comes in here, because that dam just stirs it all up like a blender, and that oil doesn't really get to stay in one location when it comes out, and any of the wastewater that comes out just gets churned up by that dam. And so to have some booms out here at the dam that are soaking up some of the oil, but the oil is absolutely everywhere all around here. It kind of dilutes as we're walking downstream here, but up at the dam in the spillway, there's a little concrete square there, and you can visibly see lots of oil right on the surface. Now outside of that first boom, there is visible oil on the surface that's just getting churned up in that dam. Then they have another boom only on this side. There isn't really any across the river, and most of the river does come down the middle of the dam islands here. But even after the second boom, right here in this little opening here where the water calms down, visibly with our naked eye, we can still see a really thin sheen of oil just everywhere. I mean, there's no gaps. It's covering the whole surface here. It's really thin. And I was recording some fish. I was actually surprised to see fish right up in the dam before that first boom. And I have to pull my GoPro out to hit the stop button. And as I'm touching my GoPro camera, it's filled with a sheen of oil now. I have to twist this to get it to close, and it's so slick. It's almost like there's cooking oil or butter all over this thing, and it's really hard to turn without my hands slipping. And when it's wet, I can see, the sheen of oil all over it, the rainbow colors on it. So I actually wasn't expecting that much, and I forgot to bring hand towels. I probably should have, and I probably shouldn't be touching the water here anyway. But we did see a kayaker when we were here. I would imagine his kayak is going to have that oil sheen all over it. So we did come across a mussel in between the two booms that it looked fresh. It was a freshwater mussel, but it looked fresh. It didn't look like it had a natural cause to death. It looked like it has a sudden death. And it was opened up, and you could see inside of it. It's all still intact, but it had a discoloration to it and appeared dead. It wasn't moving. The shell wasn't closing. And I did see another freshwater mussel off of the side here where the oil really didn't get to, that was alive. And the freshwater mussel is doing an amazing job with cleaning up our riverways. They suck in so much water, clean it up, and filter out a lot of our riverways. So I know it's easy to point the finger at polluters and high-end manufacturers that are polluting our river, especially with the visible oil, the odor in the air. But we also have to be mindful that a lot of this pollution that we're seeing around here is from us. The waste that we create and discard, a lot of it ends up here in the waterways. And actually, that was the first thing I noticed when we first got to the river, is just how much pollution and waste and plastics and metal and rust. And I mean, if you think about who's polluting the river, it's all of us, and we all take a part in the pollution that's all around us here. And there was a gas spill here that it's going to last. I'm not sure how long. I mean, it's going to last for days, the visible signs of it, but the effects are going to be here for a while. But the litter and the waste that we produce is going to be here for much longer than that. And there's really no one that's hired to clean this up. It's all volunteer based, and the Middle Susquehanna Riverkeeper Association is paramount in cleaning up the riverways and doing the things that other organizations and associations aren't really looking after. In fact, there's no profit in this. The funding comes from all the people, and it takes a lot of funding to do mass amounts of cleanups and looking after the river in general. And I would hope that you, or maybe watching this video, would encourage you, your family, your friends to make a donation to the Middle Susquehanna Riverkeeper Association. We're here to look out for the people, not just the fish and the flow of the water. So I got Missy with me here today, and she has already, within a few minutes, got a whole coffee cup full of fishing line. It's her favorite thing to pick up, and you can see how much of it is here at the dam. This is a popular fishing area, and with that we get free fishing lures sometimes, but importantly, we're getting that fishing line out of the environment, which is harmful to fish, birds, and just having that stuff in the waterway can tangle up with other things. And even us as humans, I had an incident here at the dam where I was walking across from the dam to get over to these islands. The water was much higher, and there's much more flow to it. It has a lot of power to it. And a hook with braided fishing line got hooked on my shoe and tangled around my leg to the point where I really couldn't take any more steps because I would have probably tripped, and I was fearing that the hook maybe got caught in my skin, and the next thing you know, my camera equipment's in the water, and things can go really south really quick in the waterways. Luckily, I do have a certain knife where I can just use that to clean cut the fishing line right off. But that's one of my fears, is walking in this waterway, getting hooked with a hook, and if it's barbed inside of you, it's not coming out easy. You're not taking that out on the spot. You're going to need certain tools. Every time I've gotten barbed, I just go to the emergency room. But the fishing line is very harmful for our environment, and I'm glad that Missy, that's one of her favorite things to clean up, and it's easy too.
Just don't get the hooks.
You can wind it up with each other, and this is probably about maybe 1,000 or 2,000 yards of fishing line that she's got here, and wind it up and get it to a place where you can seal it inside of another garbage bag that you can tie off. We don't want to just have this open and throw it in a garbage can here on the waterways. Birds could possibly find food in here, or they can mistake it for nesting material, and then they're taking a strand of fishing line to their nest with who knows what else is on it. You got barbed fishing hooks and rusty sinkers and lead. And so as you can see, we have more people here at the dam. Looks like someone may even be fishing over there.
I don't think that's a smart idea.
Which it would be interesting to see what the fish look like, because we did see one dead fish over there in the water, but he had a big wound on the side, so it didn't look like that wound could have been created over the last few days. But I did see a lot of fish. Unfortunately, a lot of fish are right there with that majority of oil that's getting trapped on the surface before the first oil boom there. And there's really a lack of fishing birds here. Usually you can see a couple herons or a couple egrets and other fish-eating birds along the shore here, but today we didn't see any.
Maybe one or two kingfishers, but they're more of a killdeer.
Killdeer.
That's it.
Killdeer
That's
here.
it. I was saying kingfisher for some reason.
So the Middle Susquehanna Riverkeeper is going to be keeping an eye out for any kind of media publications, any official statements, and really going to be the eyes and ears on the ground here. You can follow them on Facebook at the Middle Susquehanna Riverkeeper Association, and the website is middlesusquehannariverkeeper.org.